sauce today on Weekend at the Cottage. Welcome to Weekend at the Cottage. I'm Nick Manojlovic. Today we're answering your requests for a really delicious meat sauce. By the end of this video, and after you've made it, we know you're going to agree this really is the best meaty meat sauce ever. Let me show you how easy this delicious recipe is to make. Before we head to stovetop, we're gonna prep a couple of ingredients. We're taking a couple of ribs of celery, a couple of carrots, and a white onion. These three ingredients together are often referred to as a mirepoix, or the holy trinity of flavor. You're gonna need 1 cup of diced white onion and then half a cup of the diced celery and carrots for the recipe. I'm also taking 3 cloves of garlic. I've peeled the garlic, placed them onto a cutting board, and then with a flat knife, give them a little tap. This cracks the cloves open. Make sure that garlicky flavor ends up in the sauce, which is just where we want it. All of the ingredients are prepped and measured and ready to go. Having them at stovetop makes this recipe come together in a snap. Now as we go to stovetop, we're gonna do something I call a cold pot start, where I'm taking 2 pounds of beef, placing it into the pot, turning the heat to medium-high. We're listening for an audible cue. As soon as that meat starts to sizzle, we're gonna toss the 3 cloves of garlic in, and then we start to stir. Stirring the ground beef continually while it cooks breaks it down, so no clumps of meat, everything is crumbled perfectly, and this gives the sauce a really lovely, soft texture. Once the ground beef is cooked, leave the stove on, but carefully bring your pot over to your work surface, drain off all of that excess fat. We're gonna discard this. What this does is make sure your sauce stays flavorful, but it doesn't have that layer of grease on the top. Pot goes back to stovetop. Now it's time to season. Sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of granulated sugar. Just do it, you've got to trust me on this. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir your seasoning in and cook for 1 minute. Next step I refer to as seal the deal, where we take 1 can of a very rich tomato paste. We're gonna add it into the pot, stir it in with the meat and seasoning, let it cook for 1 minute. This is gonna give this sauce some serious flavor. Now it's time to add that holy trinity, or mirepoix. We're adding in the onion, carrot, and celery. Now we're gonna stir those ingredients in, lid goes on the pot, and we're gonna cook for 5 minutes. Now as we lift the lid, it looks really delicious, smells fantastic. Last 2 ingredients, 2 more hits of tomato. I'm adding 1 large can of diced tomato. I'm also adding a bottle of strained tomatoes, also called puree tomatoes, also called tomato sauce. Stir those ingredients in, and now bring your sauce to temperature. As soon as it starts to get bubbly, we're gonna place the lid on, reduce to simmer, and now slow cook for 20 minutes. At that 20-minute mark, we're almost done. Last step is what I refer to as a search and rescue. Remember those 3 cloves of garlic? We need to fish them out of the sauce onto a cutting board, roughly chop them, add them back to the sauce, and then stir them in, and you're ready to enjoy the best meaty meat sauce. Let's do a show of hands. Who out there loves making lasagna? This is the meaty meat sauce you want to use when you make a lasagna, but this sauce is so versatile. It works midweek and also on weekends. You need to do nothing more than boil off a favorite pasta, add a little bit of pasta to a bowl, and then 1 or 2, okay, maybe 3 ladles of this meaty meat sauce in the bowl, and you are good to go. Wait, before you go, more delicious recipes just like this one, available at weekendatthecottage.com. When you're visiting our website, please subscribe to it. More videos just like this on our dedicated YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And then finally, find us on your favorite social media platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. This really is the best meaty meat sauce ever. We hope you enjoy. Then come on back and hang out again soon. Until next time. Meaty and saucy. Go on.